G'day guys and welcome back to Flat 4. In today's video we're going to be taking you through a fairly neglected party vehicle and in 5 minutes getting it up to factory finish condition. I'm referring of course to your brake calipers. Now we all have them. If you haven't got them, you've got a really big problem on your hands, so sort that out first. But for the rest of us, our calipers generally come in one of two conditions. You either see them gleaming in a red or a yellow enamel paint, or you barely see them at all, hidden behind the dirt and grease of your wheel. Now for most of us it's just too expensive to even consider having them sprayed in an aftermarket setting, and a lot of people would confess they just don't have the know-how to pull apart their brake assembly for the sake of cleaning or painting. But what if I told you there is a super simple way you can restore your calipers to showroom condition with a relatively easy skill level attached, and we're going to get it done in no time at all. It's not even going to cost you an arm and a leg. We're talking $5–10 and most of the material you're already going to have. Don't believe me? Well, let me prove you wrong. Okay, so the first and easiest item on this list will be your car jack. You can locate the one for your vehicle along with your accessories for changing your spare tyre. You may have your own or car stands. Either way, whatever you have to prop up one wheel of your car will work fine. Next item is brake cleaner. You can pick this up for between $5 and $10 from your local auto shop. And lastly, a wire brush. Now, as always, here on Flat 4, we are strong advocates for health, safety and common sense. So for a job like this, make sure you're wearing a good pair of gloves, a face mask, and always make sure you're operating in a well-ventilated area. Before attempting to lift any tyre off the ground, make sure you're working on a flat and even surface and chock the opposite tyre to the one you intend to lift. First step is to prep your car for lifting. Locate the designated point beneath your vehicle where it is safe to mount the jack. Most models will indicate this with markings or grooves, but consult your manual for the exact area. Next, loosen your wheel nuts with a tyre iron. Make sure not to actually remove them, but just release them from torsion and ease up any seized nuts. Return to your jack and winch until your tyre has lifted from the ground with roughly 30 to 40 mm clearance. Head back to the wheel and begin removing the wheel nuts, using the tyre iron where necessary. Make sure to start with the top set of nuts, as the lower sets will be holding the weight of the wheel. You will begin to notice this pressure as you remove your third or fourth wheel nut. Once the final wheel nut has been removed, carefully lift and pull the wheel away from the base. Depending on the style and material of your wheel, it may be considerably heavy, so make sure you have a firm grip before removing it. Now with the wheel out of the way, you can fully examine your brake assembly. The calipers are a clamshell component that house and apply the brake pad to the rotor, creating the necessary friction to slow your vehicle. You'll notice that most of these parts are covered in rust and dust. Equip your face mask and brake cleaner and prepare to apply it to your brake assembly. It's also a good idea to blanket the space beneath it in a drop sheet or newspaper. Make sure when using brake cleaner to try and avoid direct spray on the brake pads. Spray the cleaner in short, wide bursts along the calipers, disc and rotor. Give the cleaner time to dry. Now this step is optional, but I used a low grit sandpaper to lightly sand down some of the uneven edge of my rotor and remove some surface rust. Now, time to get to work with that wire brush. Use it to scrub down all the areas you previously sprayed. As you can see, brake dust deposits will easily lift from the calipers, so make sure you are wearing a mask. Continue brushing and cleaning until the dust settles and you can't appear to lift anything further off the surface. Even after a single application, you can already see the calipers are looking better than before. Alright, now it's just a matter of rinse and repeat. Keep applying your brake cleaner, wait, and then continue to clean with the wire brush. I ended up with an overall cycle of 3 to 4 applications per caliper. For a lot of brake assemblies, it has probably been a fair amount of time since they've received a good clean, so be prepared to keep seeing dust emerge even after you think you've completely cleaned it. Now this is what we started with, and only after a few minutes of cleaning, this is the result. Just a few applications of brake cleaner and a little bit of elbow grease has restored these tired calipers and given them a sleek finish. They are now even in a state that would make them perfect for painting, so make sure to stick around as we will be covering caliper painting in a later video. But we hope you enjoyed this quick and easy tutorial and let us know if this worked for you.